Newsbreak is brought to you by AMAC, Association of Mature American Citizens.
The headquarters of the D.C. National Guard, a little bit more active this morning as the National Guard, 800 or so troops going to be deployed around Washington, D.C. By the way, the National Guard in D.C. has about 2,700 troops, so that's about a third, a little less than a third, that Trump, the president, is deploying. All right, welcome back, everybody, to American Sunrise. I'm David Brody. Coming up, the Alaska Summit, the Alaska meeting. There they are, Putin and Trump. They're going to meet Friday in Anchorage. Maybe they can see Russia from the summit, as Sarah Palin once said. Okay, I digress. We'll talk about it. First, though, T. Bates standing by with the latest headlines from the Real America's Voice newsroom, sponsored by AMAC.
The Association of Mature American Citizens is the conservative voice for Americans 50 and older. AMAC is fighting for the values that you hold dear. Join today. Together, we can write the course of America.
Day 2 of the California trial seeking to clarify whether the Trump administration violated the law by deploying the National Guard in Los Angeles earlier this summer is set to get underway in just a couple of hours. U.S. law generally prohibits the president from using the National Guard or military in general to police domestic affairs. The trial, which is expected to wrap up tomorrow, could set precedent, though, for how the commander-in-chief can order future National Guard deployments in California or in other states. In the meantime, the president is moving forward with deploying the National Guard to help secure Washington, D.C. amid the rash of crime that has the nation's capital in its grips. 47 also federalizing D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department and, at least temporarily, taking control of the city's police officers in an effort to reduce crime.
At your direction as well, sir, there are other units we are prepared to bring in. Other National Guard units, other specialized units. They will be strong, they will be tough, and they will stand with their law enforcement partners.
The crackdown in the nation's capital was met with protests in the streets on Monday. Demonstrators held anti-Trump signs and chanted, "Trump must go now." Even the city's mayor, Muriel Bowser, took to the court of public opinion on Monday, trying to save face, arguing that violent crime in the city is down.
You have heard me and many Washingtonians before me advocate for full statehood for the District of Columbia. We are American citizens. Our families go to war. We pay taxes and we uphold the responsibilities of citizenship. And while this action today is unsettling and unprecedented, I can't say that given some of the rhetoric of the past, that we're totally surprised.
Since the District of Columbia isn't a state, President Trump has the right to take over the district's police department and to deploy the National Guard without approval from the city's mayor. At least 2 people are dead, some 10 others being treated at the hospital after a massive explosion at a steel plant in Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. Witnesses say several small blasts led to a much larger and deadly explosion. The cause remains under investigation at the moment. In the meantime, Allegheny County health officials have now lifted an air quality advisory for people living within a mile of that plant. There was concern about soot or sulfur dioxide that was above federal standards. That's a quick check of your headlines. I'll have more headlines coming up in just a little bit, including how President Trump's takeover of Washington, D.C. is playing out politically. We'll take a deeper dive into what's going on. Right now, though, a quick look at this day in history. It was on this date in 1908 that Henry Ford and his motor company built its first Model T. It was a revolutionary vehicle in that it made personal travel possible for the masses. With a 20-horsepower 4-cylinder engine, the Model T achieved a top speed of 42 miles an hour and initially came in various colors. However, black became the dominant color from 1914 to 1926. More than 15 million Model Ts were produced during its 19-year run. The car transformed the automotive industry and, in doing so, also American society. More American Sunrise coming your way after this short break.